Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's the brother Arakia. Salakia, man. Coming back with another lesson. Okay, on the madness of the so-called nigger woman. Okay, this is the reason Elder Apostle Taha is saying that we must stay away from these monsters, man. So this is from the Instagram of Jeremiah, servant of Yahweh Shai. It says Houston woman get put up on national news for holding up traffic twerking on 145. So here it is. They in the highway, in the motorway, and they just stop the car and start to twerk, man. That shit is completely out of order. So you can see the video, and this is crazy, man. You know. These are individuals who have been they are animals, man. You know, these are wild, untamed animals. What the fuck, man? That's funny as hell. They have this Edomite woman, you know, commentating. She listening to some fucking weak ass Jesus music. Jesus has came true, or something like that was you know, sang in the song. And then you see these fucking nigger bitches, you know, being complete fucking crazies, man. You see, that is terrible, man. This is why. I mean, and all the tribes, you know, that women are bad. You know, I've seen also the Northern Kingdom woman. They've been on some shit, man. You know, some crazy witchcraft and stuff like that. But it's not as bad, man. Okay. You'd be much better off dating a Northern Kingdom woman or a so-called Edomite woman, man. Or an Edomite woman, okay, a so-called white woman, because these you wanna stay very far away from that. And myself, brother, who is not in the States, you know, I'm in Northern Europe, you know, over here, the so-called black woman is not as bad as the American black woman, but it's still, you know, the least favorable option, man, you know, for this reason of these multiple mental issues that they possess, man. But this is something else, okay? And let me show another video, and then I'm gonna get the scriptures.
Period blood in a man's food. Story time. Say I put my period blood in a man's food. Story time. Say I am a member.
Wait a minute. She just say casually, yeah, put my period blood in a man's food. Story time, okay? You see, with no shame, just hey, story time. Let's talk about it. It says I put my period blood in his food because he did this unthinkable thing to me. And let me say, I don't know if this is real or if this is fake, because you're gonna see this story which sounds fucking crazy. But anyway, she's still saying it, so hey, this place gotta go, man. This is why 2 Peter 3:13, we wishing for a new righteous rulership, man, because this is just terrible, man. Okay, it's terrible. So let's listen it out, man.
At church, and I do help out once in a while. So there is this really nice looking, like fit, hot, handsome man. But the problem is that he is married and he has got children. And the guy is very kind hearted. Anytime I see him at church, I can't even concentrate. He actually like gives everyone money after church services. He like invites everyone from church, and then he has like small dinner parties for the church, and you know, he will go out of his way to help people here and there. So that's actually just made me like fall in love, you know, with this man, and I just can't seem to get him out of my head. But fast forward, one day I actually finished work and was waiting to get a taxi back home. He happened to be driving past and he noticed me and stopped, and he obviously offered me a lift, which I was happy. And you know, he dropped me at home. We exchanged like contact details and all of that, and I decided to stalk him on Facebook. I even went to the point of downloading his pictures, printing them out, hanging them on my wall, and you know, actually sometimes I will play with myself, you know, just looking at his pictures. This is really obsessive, but nevertheless, a girl must do what a girl must do. Fast forward, my friends came to visit me one day and they saw his pictures and they asked me who that is, and I was like, oh, he's just a guy. And they said, well, yeah, but you can't just put in a random guy's pictures on your walls. So I told them that he is married. I really like him, but I don't know what to do. So they told me that I don't need to worry because it's the most simplest thing that I can do. What I need to do is just put my menstrual cycle, my period blood, in food that I've cooked for him to eat, and that is it.
This is why you have to be very careful where you eat, who has cooked. You know, stay diligent, man. You know, stay vigilant, stay alert. Okay, this is a witch right here, man. You know, you may think, yeah, it's just a regular looking dark skinned woman. No, it is a witch, man.
He would just like fall in love with me like this. Me shocked. I'm thinking, I can't even bring myself to do this. And my friend said, listen, my friend said to me, this is what we do all the time. How do you think that we're able to afford all of these luxury things? Do you think that our paychecks alone are able to do this? So me...
And her friend said, this is what we do all the time. So this is what I mean, man. Be careful of you know, whose food you are eating, man.
Thinking, okay, cool. Since my friends are doing this, I might give it a try. But the fact is that I don't see the guy. How am I going to actually get him to be able to put these things and let him eat my food? So I decided to, you know, do my digging, and I sort of like tracked to realize that he actually go through the same route as me home. And I even got to know the time that he actually go past so that I can actually try and be there so that, you know, we might be able to communicate. So my friends actually took me to this, like, you know, ritualist, and the ritualist said, like, he did some chants and stuff, and then he told me that it's very simple. All you need to do is that anytime you have your period, the first day of your period, you must use that blood in food, and he will eat it. And when he eats it, that is it. So I was like, first scared to do it. So then one day, I stopped at the same junction that he picked me up, and then he saw me, so it became like a regular thing that he keeps giving me a lift, you know, here and there. So he told me, we got talking, and he told me about his family, that he's got a wife, he's got children, and obviously he loves his wife, but unfortunately the wife is not able to cook, so he likes to eat out a lot because of this, and he doesn't obviously want to like offend his wife. So I thought what an opportunity, I offered to cook for him, which I've been doing. So I obviously one day tried to make advances to him. I tried to kiss him, and he pushed me and said, listen, I'm not interested. I'm only here because you're cooking for me, but that is it. I'm married, and that is the line. That's it. So obviously I was a bit upset, but I did apologize to him and said I don't know what came over me to do that, because I didn't want him to not come back again. Forward, I told my friends about it. My friends said, listen, you need to do what the ritualist told you. If you don't do it, you're never ever going to get him. And obviously he's clearly told you where you stand. So the following month came, I came on my period, and I decided to do it. He came and he ate my food, and he said this is the best food he has ever eaten from, you know, what I've been cooking for him. And instantly he fell in love. He buys me like expensive gifts. He even like bought me a house, a car. He takes me
Salakia. Now this what makes me think maybe it's Salakia, maybe it's fake, because she say that the dude then bought her a house and a car. That's a bit extra, man. Maybe some jewelry, but a house and a car. I mean, shit, man.
to other African countries and to like, you know.
He then takes her to holiday to another African countries. So I think this is from Nigeria then, because she said to other African countries. So that would imply that they in Africa. Because I cannot make of her accent, what's really going on. I thought it's like Australia or something. I first I thought it was British, then I thought it's Australia. No, but I'm quite confused with her accent, but she said that other African countries, so I guess they're from Nigeria. Okay. So she's saying that after putting that her period blood in his food, he then bought her a house, a car, and they take trips together. So if that's true, man, then that is fucking crazy. You see? And again, as Elder Costa Taha calls them, these are hyenas. This is untamed wild animals, man, that you don't want to have nothing to do with. Actually, let me get a scripture right here, man, because there's one in Sirach where it goes into it. Let me see. What Sirach? Maybe it's... Yeah. This is the one. Yeah, let me just read them down. Okay. I had rather dwell... Sirach 25:16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. So it's better to live in the wilderness with bears, with lions, with snakes, than with a wicked woman, than with a woman that puts her fucking period blood in your food, man. So lucky, man. Jake a bit tired, man. Verse 17, the wickedness of a woman changed her face and darkened her countenance like sackcloth. And as you could see, her face was kind of dark, man. She had that, witch vibe about her. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Okay, when he shall hear that, basically the woman has, committed adultery or, done some fucking mischief, man. Done some fucking bullshit. Put some fucking period blood in your food. You're gonna sigh bitterly, man. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. You see? So you cannot get caught up. You cannot get caught up with that. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. And this dude, former Alizar of Sikari, said he likes loud women. He likes black women with attitude, who are loud mouth. What the fuck, man? Why the fuck would you like that? That should be something that is bitter, which is unpleasant. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Okay, you have to control yourself, man. No, you cannot let the lusts, take the better of you, man, and just become mindless. That's not good. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Yeah, because they're not supposed to lead the household. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Meaning that's pretty much you giving the nightmare, man. you know. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. Yet they should be, you know, in a leash, you know, pretty much in a, and I'm saying it, you know, metaphorically, you know, symbolically. They are your possession. That's what the scriptures say. He that, you know, getteth a wife beginneth a possession. Just paraphrasing the scripture, man. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So basically, as the scriptures say, the only reason to let your wife go is adultery. If she commit adultery, meaning if she, you know, sleeps with another man. But in these times, you know, if you see some, you know, crazy patterns with your woman, if you see something craziness and you try to talk to her, she's not listening to it, and she's continuing on with the fucking craziness, man. Maybe she's, you know, suggesting some fucking wild things to you, and or you can just see that she's just totally out of control, man. Or she says stuff like, yeah, I have put my period blood in your foods that I cook for you. Those are things that you have to go, man. You have to actually go, okay, and not look back, you know. But let's continue with the video.
I don't know what came over me to do that, because I didn't want him to not come back again. So fast forward, I told my friends about it. My friends said, listen, you need to do what the ritualist told you. If you don't do it, you're never ever going to get him. And obviously, he's clearly told you where you stand. So the following month came, I came on my period, and I decided to do it. He came and he ate my food, and he said this is the best food he has ever eaten from, you know, what I've been cooking for him. And instantly he fell in love. He buys me like expensive gifts. He even like bought me a house, a car. He takes me to like on holiday to other African countries and to like, you know, other Arab countries like Dubai and places like that. I was over the moon, but my joy soon came crushing down. Go to part 2 to find out what happened next. Of put my period blood in a man's food just for him to love me.
So this is part 2. As I said, to other Arab countries as well. So I don't know where she's from actually. Okay, maybe it's from Nigeria, maybe somewhere, maybe from Australia, something. I don't know where she's from. But this is the part 2.
So as I said in part 1, he started obviously loving me, buying me with like all these expensive gifts, a house, you know, car, going on holiday, and this is like a secret between him and I. He even told me that I shouldn't let his wife know that he's obviously eating, you know, from me, because obviously it's going to make things awkward. So it was like a little deal between us. So every time I went to church, it's like we just act normal, like nothing is actually going on. But my worst nightmare came crushing down. One day at church, the pastor was preaching, and then he said that a revelation came to him last night, and that revelation is that 2 people in this church, one of them is married, the other one is not married, are secretly sleeping together, and they're trying to destroy a union that God put together. I'm sat here shocked.
Which actually, if that man, because this woman said she's single, that man who has a family wants to deal with another woman, he's not going off. If he's, you know, just sleeping with other women that are single, he's not breaking any law. That's not the problem at all. But what the problem was, that he had he had been dealing with a fucking witch. You know, so that then becomes a problem, because that's gonna, you know, unbalance you. Okay.
And I didn't want to obviously make, you know, people know, so I just pretended to act normal. The pastor then proceeded to say that if these 2 people do not break off and stop the abomination act that they are doing, the single person is going to regret it. The life is going to be miserable, and they must stop it. So I obviously, after church, I panicked and I rang my friends. They all just like ignored me. No one wanted to help me. So I'm like sat here thinking, what have I gotten myself into? I want to reverse this. I decided to then go back to where this ritualist lives, and he's actually doesn't live there. He's moved. So now I'm stuck. I don't know how to reverse this spell. I'm stuck. and I don't want anything bad to happen to me, because the fact is that he's now after me. He even wants to marry me. He's proposing marriage to me, which means that everyone at church is going to know. And I don't obviously want this to happen. I don't want this shame like on me and my family. So I'm now actually scared. I shouldn't have done it. I know I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have actually listened to my friends. I should have just left it, at that.
This the thing. If this is real, why the fuck would she? And this is like a secret. Why the fuck she make a video about it for the whole world, man? So of course it's gonna get exposed then. So there's a lot of loopholes in this story. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show that there is these kinds of concepts, and you have to be aware, man. Okay, the redeeming the times, because the days are evil, man.
But I don't know what possessed me to do it, guys. I need your help. I need your advice. If you know how to reverse a spell like this, please drop them down in the comment section below. It will be much appreciated. I will read them all. Thank you. This is Pat.
Yeah, I think she's Nigerian. because how she worded some stuff just makes me think she's Nigerian, man. But that's fucking crazy, bro. So that man, he basically ran out of his senses because of a woman. Okay, that's in First Ezra, man. Yea, many there be that have First Ezra 4:26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. And let me get that in the good news, man. Okay. So this is First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26 in the Good News translation. Some men are driven out of their minds on account of a woman, and others become slaves for the sake of a woman. Which you see happening to that man of the story. Wanted to marry that witch, got fucking obsessed. That's crazy, man. Others have been put to death, have ruined their lives, or have committed crimes because of a woman. So you have to be very careful out there, man, in these times. And I've heard stories, Elders and Apostles, they've told stories of different brothers, during the years that have fallen out because of a woman, man, or woman. Maybe they get a fine woman, and then the woman, persuades them not to pursue this truth anymore. So that's crazy, man. Something you have to definitely be aware of, and be cold-hearted, man. Be cold-hearted. Stay logical. Don't be, guided by your rod. By your private part. Be guided by the Spirit, man. Because if you're just guided by your lusts, you're gonna end up doing some foolish things, man. Okay. So that's it for the video. That I'm saying shalom, man. So on to the next one. Shalom.